Hi, I'm Jen.
I'm Nancy.
Tommy.
And today what we're going to do is we're going to work a little bit about how to develop body structure, how to use the hips, and also how to apply that into your danchi or sticky hands drills. Okay? So the first thing what we're going to do is, I've shown you this drill before. Okay? So we're going to do it step by step. All right? So from here, okay, so get into a forward stance. One forward stance. Tanya? Good. Okay, so she's in a forward stance, right? Okay, she's going to be she's going to set that shoulder, hip, heel, okay? Yeah, not too far back. Bring it up. Yeah, she'll be comfortable, okay? She sets that brick wall, she's facing, bring your hands back to your head. Both hands to your head. Okay. Now, Nancy's going to put her hand to Tanya's hip, okay? And she's going to put some pressure against her hip, okay? Now, because all of Wing Chun, or actually any martial art, it's all about the solving of one question. And that's, how do you handle someone's body pressure? How do you handle pressure, right? And how you answer that question is how you're going to do your martial art, okay? So, from here, okay, Nancy's putting a lot of her body pressure against Tanya's hip, okay? Now, if Tanya just bends at the waist, right, and tries to push back with her leg, but Nancy's stronger, she pushes, right, Tanya's going to lose this game, okay? So she can't answer it that way by trying to break her hip and then drive, right? This is not going to work, okay? She's now broken her structure, okay? Her brick wall. So, go back, okay? Bring this in, comfortable, back, bring it up, there you go, okay? Square. Now, the first thing Tanya wants to do is put her hip, okay, and put it forward, that front hip, without turning your shoulders. Yeah, okay? So now, she makes like a seal between Nancy's hands and her hip. So now, her hip is doing the chi sao. She's doing chi sao right now, but not with her hand, she's doing it with her hip. Okay? So she's filling the gap right here. Okay? Now from here, she has this seal, right, that we always talk about. Okay? Now, without losing that seal and that forward intent, Tanya's going to bring her front leg and step forward. Okay? Slow down. She's going to take her front foot and step. Take a small step. Good. Okay? Right? She can't lose that forward intent. Right? Now, she's going to drive that rear leg up, and that moves Nancy. Okay? So, do it again. Step with the front foot. Drive with the rear foot. Step with the front foot, drive with the rear foot. One more step. Good. Okay? Now, if she steps, but then bends at the hip or drives backwards, see? Yeah, she loses the game again. Okay? So you cannot break this hip. Okay? The hip has to come forward, right? And make that seal. This is the same as if we're doing chi sao, or danchi, right? Danchi. Okay? And we, like I always teach you guys, elbow, drive with the body through the elbow, right? And we make the seal, right? The seal, yeah. Okay? That's exactly what she's doing here with the hip. She goes forward, she makes that seal. Don't lean for it. Just, no, go back, go back, go back. Just a small little movement. Yeah, that's it. That's enough. Okay? Now she cannot go backwards. She has to maintain this pressure and the seal on my hand, my palm. Now she's going to take a small step with the front foot without losing that seal. Now she's going to take a small step with the rear foot. Okay? And see how you're rocking back and forth? You can't do that. Okay? So it has to be nice and smooth. So from here, step, drive, and stop. See? It has to be very stable. If you start making the little adjustments, every time you make these little adjustments, my pressure is going to keep driving into you. Okay? It's the same habit as if I do this, okay? And I set my stance and then I do this, try to get settled. Every time I bounce like this, she's just going to nail me. She's just going to go in and hit me. So I have, as soon as we touch, boom, I have to, right away I have to set that standard. Okay? Alright, so one more time. Now you do it to Nancy. Okay? So she's going to forward stance. Yeah. Put your hand on her hip. Okay? You can lean back. Right? Yeah, you can use both hands. That's fine. Okay? here, Nancy first has to just take your front hip and just put pressure, like she's putting her weight towards her knee. See that? And that fills the gap. Okay? Right here. That's the chi-saw going on. Now from here, she's not going to lose that. She's going to take a small step forward with the foot. Right? And then she's going to drive with the rear leg. Do it again. Small step and drive. See how her hip never retreats. Step and drive. Yeah. See that? Okay, good. All right. So practice like that all the way up and down the floor. Sorry. With your partner. Okay. Make sure you guys do both sides and make sure you guys switch. Make sure both of you guys practice. Okay. That way you really learn to use the body. Very important that when you do this drill, okay, that you don't rotate the shoulders and the hips. Okay, so if I'm like this and I drive, I do this, right? Then I step and then I shift. But see, my body's turned sideways. Okay, this is not right. Okay, I'm not sticking to the principle, concept of what? Facing my partner. Okay, again. This is basketball footwork, right? Shifted sideways. This is basketball footwork. I want to hide the ball, right? Okay? This is not Wing Chun stance. Wing Chun stance is facing, football footwork. I want to be able to stop your pressure. Why? Because your whole body pressure. Why? Because, like I told you, all martial arts is about answering and solving of one question, which is how do I handle not your technique, but the pressure, the body pressure behind that movement, okay? Whether it's a punch or a kick or a tackle, whatever. It's the pressure that's going to get you, okay? So you have to learn to deal with that pressure and how to solve it, okay? So, right now what we're doing is learning to develop a strong structure. Okay? Later there's shifting and there's a lot of other stuff going on. But right now, I don't want you to get in the habit of trying to solve everything by shifting, okay? So if she puts pressure on my arm and she pushes, right? She pushes really hard. Get into like a stance. Yeah, she really pushes hard, right? Okay? And I'm like, oh, I can't hold her pressure anymore, so I just shift. Okay? And then I do whatever I do. Okay? I don't want to get in the habit of doing that. I want to always try to go back to the first form and practice until she can push, but I just keep developing my structure to be able to hold her pressure. Right? So that I'm learning to develop this body structure, okay? Right? And the stronger you develop that body structure through your first form, then the stronger your movements, all of your movements are going to be, okay? So shifting and stuff like that, that's down the road, but we're going to get to that, but I just don't want you to get in a habit of always trying to solve everything with the shift. And it's usually because they rely on it too much, because shifting to take the pressure off, usually because the body structure is not developed enough to handle that pressure. So when you can't handle the pressure, what do? You shift, right? Okay. But I want you to not get into that habit, okay? If you can't handle the pressure, then go back to your first form. Develop that power, that structure, okay? Until you can hold a lot of pressure, okay? So that now you shift because you want to shift. If she puts a lot of pressure, okay, I don't shift because I have to. I shift because I can hold her, but I shift because I want to position her. Right? In other words, she's not in charge. I'm in charge. My body can hold her, but I shift, right, to get maybe a better line. Okay? But I'm not shifting because I can't hold her. Okay? So very important that you practice stuff like this. Okay? All right. Okay. Now go to Danchi. Okay. Now, elbows in. Good. Okay. Now, when you're going to your sensitivity drill, okay? So Nancy's going to palm strike and Tanya's going to jump stop, okay? Now, stay and jump. Now, from here, okay, go back. It's just like the drill we did before, okay? So, Nancy's the one attacking, okay? So it's just, go back. So, from here, it's just like if I have pressure on her hip, Okay? I'm holding her, I'm doing this. So when she turns that hand to attack, she uses it, see? She's using the hip to go forward. In other words, she's attacking with the hip through her elbow. Don't turn your shoulders. Okay? You have to stay face, right? And then back. Right? Okay? So when she does this, you notice it's her hip drives the hand, the elbow in the hand. See that? Okay? So this is the part that's moving, the elbow in the hand. Okay? And then punch. Now go back. Now from here, Tanya's, I have my hand on her hip. It's like I'm doing the drill here. She's going to attack with that hip through her elbow. So you got to put, you have to push forward, remember? Yeah. Keep center, keep square. See that? So she's using her hip to drive her elbow and her punch. Okay? And then from here, drop back to center. You understand? So, in other words, all the stuff that's going on is originating from the hip. Okay? So, so this is the part that's generating the power. Again, you cannot turn your shoulder. Don't get a habit of turning, okay, and shifting, right? You have to stay square, face each other, right? Feet in. Okay? Do it again. Hand back. See? And really focus on where the power is coming from. Through your elbow, not your hand. So drive and use now connect it to your elbow and punch. Yeah, see? Now she's in your way, so now this means you just drop and you listen. Okay? So do it a couple of times so that they can see. So really focus on the hip. So now what they're doing, drop, is you see a lot of pressure going on. They're learning to develop whole body pressure through their elbow. See that? And how to hold pressure. So keep going. They're working on solving the pressure problem. They're learning to solve it right now. And that's through really strong structure, developing the structure. Right? And using the hip to do all the movement. And drop. See that? Good. It's not just the hands touching and then and I'm just doing this and then you punch and then I go like this. Right? See? Everything, all the actions in the hand. See? All the actions here. But the body's not even involved. This is not chi style. This is just moving your hands. Okay? So you don't want to do that. You don't want to get into that habit. Okay? You really want to develop your body structure. Okay? So that I'm here. See, I give my hip. She needs to return that pressure with her own hip. Right? Now we have a seal here. Right? Then I go. Right? Now she see right here. She feels my hip attacking her still. See, I feel her hip attacking my hand. Right? And then she punches. Right? See, I give it back to her through my hip. She has to give it back to me. Right? And then we drop. See? Even here I'm not relaxing. She's not relaxed. I'm dropping, but I'm still driving with my hip. She has to do the same. See that? Okay? So yeah, so we're constantly practicing to develop the body. Develop the body structure. Learn to attack and deal with pressure. She's learned to handle pressure. Right? Yeah, she has to give it back. And if you keep practicing like that, okay, you're going to develop a really strong brick wall. Okay? Now you have something that you can charge with. Okay? Through your elbows. Now you're dangerous. Okay? People always ask me, how do you develop a strong punch? They say, should I punch, 1,000 times a day? Should I hit the sandbag more? I say, no. Go back to your form. Develop this part. This is the part that gives you the power. Okay? I don't care if you do 10,000 punches a day. That's not going to help you. But if you practice the chi style right, and you develop the body, okay, and the passing basketball, and you practice it into your form, then yeah, absolutely, you're going to have a strong punch because it's generated by the hips and the body structure, right? Then your arms don't have to be strong at all. Okay, so that's the key. All right. So when you're doing the sensitivity drills, practice that way with your partner. Okay. Another way is if you don't have a partner. I know some people don't have a partner. Okay? Put one foot in front. One foot in front. Yeah, you're going to be my wooden dummy. Alright? Oh, clear hand. Cross. Bend your elbows. Yeah. Now she is like the wooden dummy, right? Okay? So now, if you don't have a partner, then practice on a wooden dummy, right? Or on a tree branch that's sticking out like this, that's strong and stable. That's fine. I don't care what you got to do, right? But something that's going to be able to hold your pressure without moving, okay? And then what you want to do is, you want to practice, you can separate each movement one at a time, like bong sao, right? Let's say I'll go bong sao, right? Or here, I'll do it this way so you guys can see. Okay, I'll go bong sao on this arm. But when you do it on the mukjang is not going to give. It's like a tree. It's not going to give back. So learn to relax your third stick here, right? Get into the bong sao shape, and just learn to use your hip, right? And drive your elbow into the mukjang and your hip, see? And get that really nice seal right here, right? And then from here, don't lose that hip, don't lose that feel, don't lose that connection, and that forward intent, and then drop to tan sao, and then back up to bong sao. But you notice that I'm driving my whole body into the mukjang, right? But I'm not losing the forward intent. I'm not going like this. First of all, I'm not going like this with my hand, right? Because this is wrong. Right? I'm using my elbow, I'm staying relaxed, and I just drive into the mukjang with my hip. See? And then when I go to tan sao, I don't want to let the pressure off and then attack it again. No, okay? You want to practice so that you understand this concept. Drive with the hip. Don't lose that hip. Don't back up the hip. Keep the hip forward and then drop to tan. While you're still driving with the hip, then back to bong sao, then back to tan sao, back to bong sao, back to tan sao. But you're really learning to use your body and your hip, okay, to pressure the mukjang with your whole body. Okay, you practice like that, then you can definitely get this concept. Okay, so that's it. Okay. So thank you very much, and we'll see you guys next week.